This is a magic trick that uses two things. The first thing we use right here, I'm going to do this really slowly, is a drawing in crayon of a nude turtle. No, it's not that. That would be just upsetting. It's a photocopy. It's just a Canadian quarter. It's a photocopy. People can examine whatever, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing I'm going to use is a paper clip. I got kind of a big one. Sorry, where's that paper clip? Right here. Okay, now look. Now, this was printed or copied on just a regular copy machine. Not one of those no 3D printers. And to me, it's kind of interesting because I'm kind of interested in that kind of technology, and I talk to people, and I've literally heard people refer to 3D printers as magic. They're magical or amazing, incredible. And it's not really magic, of course, it's technology. What's real magic, though, is if I can take something that was just printed on a regular printer, okay, and maybe, I'm gonna bring it down here, have the same effect as a 3D printer, where the coin becomes real. Leave me with just a piece of paper. This is a real mind bender. Do not underestimate the power of this. Anybody who watched me here on camera, magicians, I'm sure caught the switch. Even non-magicians may well have caught the switch because here in the studio and with the unblinking camera, there's no misdirection, whatever. But there's a lot of things I want to share around this. Big surprise from Jay. I want to talk about the switch. I want to talk about the presentation. You don't find a selected card here. You don't make something vanish or even appear in the usual sense as a magic trick. This is a very unusual trick. And I kind of had the original idea in a dream. The first idea I had was with a key. The notion of there being a key, the image of a key printed on a piece of paper. And people saw, or in the dream, the image kind of shimmered or shimmied, or shashalula chimenekalata fotocopied, and it kind of melted up out of the fibers of the paper. And when I woke up, I thought, well, a key will work for this. In fact, you can do this idea of a photograph that becomes real with pretty much any, small, thin item. Could be a key, could be a coin. I'm going to show you in a second how you can do it with a playing card, a pancake, a damp leaf from a local forest. I don't know the relationship between that sound I made and forestry. Just coming clean. Coming clean, one of my favorite sights. So, there's a lot of cool things about this. And the other thing too is, again, why should they care? Why should they care? Well, 3D printers. 3D printers are very big and in vogue. And again, I know at my age, when I say 3D printers are big and trendy, that was 10 years ago. So that's the TikTok that I'm on, my friends. But 3D printers, people are pretty interested in them and all this kind of thing. So what a natural way to take a popular interest in technology and apply it to a magic trick. A classic way to go and make it relevant and interesting and all that. The switch. Really, I want to give credit in two directions. One is David Roth's shuttle pass is what I'm doing there. But I'm also combining it with a switch called crossing the gaze, which definitely, I don't know if it was created by, but definitely popularized and genius, Tamarez, a Spanish magician, just an absolute genius, revered in the world of magic. Definitely, if you haven't heard Tamarez, Google him. Good luck with the spelling. But anyway, genius magician, and he popularized it and really has broken down the psychology of this crossing the gaze switch. And then I sort of do this with the shuttle pass and combine the two. What this allows you to do is to switch from empty hands to empty hands, any small item, okay? I've done this myself in a corporate show situation. You can do it with a deck of cards, something that big, a deck switch in full view in front of people. Coins, of course. Any small item, could be a sponge ball, could be a gentleman's wart. And the reason why I say a gentleman's wart and not some guy's wart is the word wart is so offensive and upsetting, you want to balance it with the word gentleman. And all of a sudden it's not an icky thing, it's in fact something you might want sprinkled on your morning cereal, right? So I'm using language there. So let me look at the switch here, and let me look, first what you're doing here is you're getting a piece of paper, okay? And let me just, because I really think it's beautiful with the quarter in particular. You're getting a piece of paper. What a great opening too. If you're gonna use a $50 or go into a one coin trick, what a great way to get into this, huh? is you're gonna use a piece of paper, and here on camera, I don't think we need a close-up, but basically, this is a 3 3/4 inch by 3 3/4 inch. So that's 1 1/4 inch per square kind of thing here. And I've just taken a cheap photocopy of a coin on here, cut it out, and oh, Criss is coming in. Here we go. Thank you, brother. Here we are, making the learning experience absolute. Okay, so that's sort of the measurements on that. Okay, now, so I've got that, and what I do is I fold that in half, and I fold it into quarters and down like this into an imminently palmable and switchable square. I'm sure we can go back to the wide, brother. So we're here like that. I'm gonna need this, and I've also got a paper clip, and I am, shameless plug, that's not like Jay. This is one of my slider clips. That super cool mentalism gimmick you can find on my website, Slider. These are nice and big, and they're chrome, and they don't look crazy big, but they're really clear, and you don't lose them in your pocket and all that stuff. So it's a slider clip on one of these, and what I have, so I have a blank piece of paper. I'm gonna need a clip, and then I also have, sorry, this is the piece of paper with the photocopy on it, my bad. Gonna need a clip, and I'm also gonna need a second piece of paper, identical, folded up with nothing inside it yet, but I have a quarter, and I lay that quarter right in the middle, and I fold this up. I love this kind of prop because it not only focuses the drama, the visuals, okay, but at the same time there seems to be a fairness to it, sort of a tip of the hat back to the old Buddha papers, the old magicians, remember. It's neat to isolate. I love isolating things, allows for focus and makes the impossibility, I think, even more impossible. I'm back to that. Now, as for which item goes in which pocket, it all depends if you're left-handed and right-handed, or whether you're using your, what is it, a third porpoise fin? Some kind like that. But here I've got the folded paper with the quarter inside in my left pants pocket, okay? Over here, I've got the clip and I've got this. So don't introduce this yet. And at the very beginning say, here's a cool thing, here's a cool illusion, here's a cool magic trick. Let me show you something really unusual with 2 things. Right off the top, 2 things. First thing, and they know something else is coming, he's gonna take something else out of his pocket, but we don't know what. So you have the best of both worlds. They know you're gonna go for a pocket, you've been fair enough about it, but they don't know what. So you got a bit of the surprise, plus also the whole thing's been explained that you're gonna go, okay? Really important for the switch, so you don't wanna stir any suspicion. 2 things. The first thing I'm gonna use is this, look at this. I know it's like an ATM, it's a portable bank machine. Man, but with inflation, I think I'm screwed. Whatever. Okay, so you hear like this, you show that like that. You don't mention 3D printers because they're gonna get ahead of you. Some people will, okay? So, printed, photocopy, whatever, like this, boom, 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 fold it back up there, first thing. And as I'm folding this up, I say, so we're gonna use this, and along with this, I'm also gonna use a paper clip. And I can go to my pockets, and everything's now been supported. How do I go to my pockets? Well, first thing, I'm going to go to my pocket for the paper clip. Now, you don't have to say, it's not there. I guess it's maybe in the other pocket. You just have to go. The second thing we're also going to use is going to be, I got a paper clip here somewhere, a paper clip like this. Okay, now, people will swear that this item never left the sphere focus directly in front of you, 2 feet from their face, right here, sleeves up. It is an absolutely imperceptible switch. We've seen this action a million times. We've all done it, looking for the car keys, transferring the item to get to the other pocket. It is ubiquitous. It's so common we don't even see it. There's a kind of a vanishing of it, okay? So that's why this works. The key for you is to make sure you do it smoothly and make sure there's not because it'll fly, it'll flow. You do have to practice though, like anything else. Practicing fold, okay, folding up, down to the pocket. And this is what it's supposed to look like, folding up. No, it's not there. I hope it's down here. Yeah, here it is. So keep that in mind, right? Here, I'm also gonna use a paper clip. No, it's not. Paper clip, yeah, here it is, okay, and we're good. Okay. But because when I go down to the pocket, I basically finger palm. You barely palm it. You're almost just bringing it out, But you time it with your shuttle pass action where this is put down. Now, it's very important you understand, I am not finger palming this. This is not really finger palmed. This is literally just brought out. It's just brought out. And this, I'm kind of just covering up my hands, holding it with my thumb, okay? As I go to this pocket. It's just here, here, and clip. Okay? Here, here, and clip, imperceptible. Deck of cards, coin pouch, the paw from a very angry leopard, anything, okay? Upset leopard, but he's only got like 3 now, so how really badass is he gonna be, really? And then you come forward and you're here, and I like to make sure they get this moment locked. I fold it out, I do this, I get the clip, and then I bring it right back to the same spot in space and time, so that there's a sense it's never left. Only now do I mention, I guess actually if I hadn't printed it with a normal photocopy machine, right, or scanned it on my computer, if instead I'd used a 3D printer, tick, tick, sending off the idea now, like a bird, to poo the upcoming illusion onto others, planted like a dirty seed in a drunk hobo's mind. You're here. Now, of course, you can have to put it on someone's hand. You got to be careful. You'll find if you put things on people's fingertips, they can feel them more readily. An open palm is almost not numb, but it's amazing how people can. And they don't know the weight of the clip, so don't get concerned about the weight. Put it there. You could wave a lighter under it, snap your hand, say the magic word, supercalifragilistic, whatever. Okay? Take the clip off, and this is the moment you really don't want to rush. Okay? Opening this up, really showing off the emptiness of the hands. Now notice this is not one trick, this is kind of 2. Because if you had a quarter now, but it was still printed with a quarter, okay, it wasn't blank page, that would still be cool magic. A quarter has birthed from another quarter. We all saw the National Geographic video. But the trick really is the quarter has come off the printed and become solid. So you'll find that people want to look at this, but they also want to look at this. One other idea I want to give you guys with this is getting a full color copy of a playing card. I want to point this out. I've explored a bunch of different things, as I mentioned, with this, and coins and keys and all this stuff, but this is really cool because this can be first a prediction, then the appearance, okay? Which can be kind of cool, where you force a king of hearts, palm it out, go into your pocket to get this. So you forced a king, now the king's no longer in the pack. Okay, and you can even have started by saying, this is my prediction or whatever, start like this. Then force the king, palm it out, getting this out of your pocket, whatever. And of course you show that your prediction was 100% correct. So what's cool is you can ring this in and there's no sense that you're going anywhere with it, right? It's like, wow, his prediction was correct. That's a very cool trick, especially if you use a really strong force. However, you're now set up, of course, now we're all set up. If let's say we're going to use the justification, you could be going for a lighter, okay, but let's say we're going to go for the paperclip in this case. So now I can fold it up, right? Mention I've got a paperclip here, palm the other, do the transfer, get out the paperclip or whatever here like this, put it on here like this, and then say, actually, as if you're putting it away almost, and say, wait a second, let me try something here. And put it in your hands and you concentrate like this, concentrate like that. Say, do me a favor, go through the deck. They go through the deck, the king of hearts is gone. Now you open your hand. And again, it's all about this visual, this tactile, this moment where you open this up and they see inside your prediction has become the card. Well, the holiday season is upon us. Always sounds to me a bit spooky. It's upon us. It's fallen. It's tackled us. The holiday season is mugging us. And certainly for those of you who give gifts, suggesting it mugs us doesn't strike me as inaccurate. Our wallets and all that stuff. It's almost for me, I love the holidays. I love the holidays. I've got 2 young kids, so it's the best. You can, like a vampire, I can rub my hands and feed off the joy and excitement of the young'uns. I also think of it as a time where our society performs some beautiful self-hypnosis. We listen to the same songs over and over again. We drink the same drinks over. We lull ourselves into the coma of the season, relaxing and all that stuff. And it sounds cynical maybe, but I do find it beautiful and wonderful. And me, I'm a workaholic, so it gives me, I find reason, my emotionality, my psychology finds reason in that to just relax. It's also a cool time. I urge you to incorporate the holiday season into your tricks. If you're going to show some people some magic, as cheesy as it sounds, I swear. You're probably hearing holiday music while you're performing the trick, so why not have, I just say the magic word, ho, ho, etc. Just throw in a ho, ho, ho. Grab that candy cane, use the candy cane as a magic wand. Do something with it. If you're going to have a prediction, write the prediction on some wrapping paper. Like, just bring the holiday season. It's so ubiquitous. It's so on people's minds. It's a great way to bridge from your, hippity-hoppity bitso detritus, whatever, from your weird abstract arcane magic trick, candy cane, into the holiday season. So I encourage you to do that. Think about ways you can incorporate it. Do a broken and restored light bulb from the Christmas tree. There's just so many ways you can cut and restored ribbon. There's so many things you can do, and I encourage you to do. Don't fight the holiday season and don't ignore it, but bring it into your magic. Thanks for watching.